WCW Nitro versus WWF Raw is war.
March 24th, 1997.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm JD.
And this is
The Heel Turn. I'm pointing at you a lot because I'm so excited to tell you about this good news. I got nothing. Let's start with WCW Nitro.
Conan versus Dean Malenko. Malenko is like, you know, he's the champion, the US champion.
Malenko, no. Yeah. he got his belt, but that doesn't stop Michelle. So she's still holding the prenup, or the lack of a prenup over his head. So that's depressing. Anyway, we start off with a very hold-heavy match. It's a Dean match. What do you expect? He's always gonna be like, let's grab each other for like 10 minutes, and then you can do what you want. So that's exactly what we're looking at here.
We get a little Six interview. He's trashing Eddie and Dean, but making some weird implications.
Yeah, I kind of don't get what he was referring to.
I think he's trying to hint that he and Eddie are in cahoots.
Cahoots?
Cahoots.
There's no way. Latino Heat and Latino World Order have to be their own thing. There's no way. Conan seems to have a hard time on this fight. There were a couple of spots, especially, what was it?
Top rope?
Was that when it was? There was a time when he was getting up, or he rolled up, and he was like...
Oh, yeah.
And then he like tried to kick Dean. He's like, what the fuck? Toss that bitch out there.
Yeah.
He doesn't really look comfortable for whatever reason. I don't know if he was like,
he does like what's supposed to look like a kick from the top rope.
Oh yes, that's
which is supposed to end up. It's supposed to look like a drop kick that Dean Malenko counters into the Texas Cloverleaf, but it just looks like he stuck his foot out and died.
He definitely stuck his foot out, and now he is dead. It locks the Texas Cloverleaf submission at that point. I mean, he held it for like 0.5 seconds, and then he was like,
"Ow, I'm done." Okay.
Ow! I'm cool.
Theo.
So yeah, and then afterwards he goes to the.
Talk to Mean Gene.
Mean Gene! And then he goes, I want to get to the bottom of the conspiracy. And Chris Benoit, I respect you. I can't wait to fight you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like he's still like 1 foot in his old feud, and now 1 foot in his new feud with Chris Benoit.
It's like his marriage.
Yeah.
He's got a new girlfriend, but he still misses his wife.
Yeah, still sleeps at that hotel.
Michelle! But...
Next up we get Mortis versus Jerry Flynn.
I guess.
Mortis has a pretty good knee jump. He's doing some... This match was weird because it had the appearance of a squash match at the beginning. Yeah. But just kind of kept going into a real match.
And it's a martial arts match too, because they're trying to hype up Mortis to go against Glacier again to fight.
Jerry Flynn hits a huge power bomb. Like, that totally took me by surprise, because again, I thought it was a squash, and then just like...
You're like, he keeps getting up.
Yeah.
And kicking out. So...
It's odd. But Mortis wins with the flatliner, which is a second rope Samoan drop, which I guess Tony calls a reverse Samoan drop.
So, see, normally, let me tell you, a normal Samoan drop, you have someone on the ropes, you go like this, and then you slam your face forward.
That's what I'm saying, like, what would a reverse Samoan drop look like? It doesn't seem like it would hurt the guy very much.
It's senpuku.
Yeah.
For wrestling. Yeah, it's the flatliner. I actually liked how they set it up because I got it immediately. He goes bam.
I like
bam. And I was like,
where he's.
I was like, oh, it's a heartbeat because he did it. He timed it. And you're like, oh, okay, heartbeat, get it.
And I actually like the move. It's kind of interesting because he doesn't stand on the second rope. He actually stands on the first rope, then steps to the second rope, and then forces himself off.
Yeah, interesting.
So it's definitely a lot more like motion going on there.
Yeah, let's give it to him. But yeah, Mortis gets the victory, of course, over Jerry Flynn. A glorified squash match. Whatever. Jump into the next match. We got La Porca.
This is my match of the night.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
La Porca versus Juventud with the attitude.
Dude, I was like... You know, when I see these luchador matches, I'm like...
It's get worried.
They're cool and all, but they're usually meaningless and storylineless. Yeah. This one is also meaningless and storylineless, but it's fucking hype.
I kind of think it was... Juventud stayed around, but La Parca is also a guy that is very selective of when he wrestles for WCW, so they're not always going to put him in a storyline.
These guys never slow down. They're just like constantly 90 miles an hour.
And it's so weird. We've seen the Parker wrestle like Eddie, or not Eddie, Ray, and I think Dean. You don't see this.
No. He had so much character. He's like doing his little slow walk.
Yeah, I think they're like, all right, we need you to, branch out. And he's like, fine, I'll be more myself. Bam! He's killing it.
I loved him. There was a really stiff drop kick from Hoovy.
Was that the springboard?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because he took his head off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Laparca did a running lariat and a good spinning heel kick. And did a nice top rope power bomb to Hoovy.
Mm-hmm. He also did that weird sort of spinning torture rack thing.
Yeah.
The dude when he brings him up, he's like, ah! And then Tony Schiavone's like, yeah, he has him in some weird sort of hold or whatever. I was like, I get it. You can't call it the torture rack or whatever, right? That's Lex's. But come on, Lex didn't invent it, so give the guy some credit.
And Laparca wins with the corkscrew off the top rope, which is executed. I've never seen it executed that well before. Yeah. Like where he literally hit him and like fell to the side.
Yeah. And
was able to just roll and pin.
Yeah, usually they'll land on you.
Yeah, they'll land.
Oh no!
What hits, hits.
Yeah. What hits, hits. He gets the win after that. Very good match. For both of them, actually, because Juventud even looked better. He's had some sort of shaky matches, too, so it's nice to see that they are vibing super well now, and I hope they actually have a matchup later on, too.
Dude, if they could get, like, 15 minutes at a pay-per-view or something.
Dude, they plan most of this stuff, so it's going to be a lot of planning. That's the best thing about lucha matches. You keep them sort of short to maybe medium, you hit your spots, and then you move on.
Next, we get the Steiners doing a little promo. They want revenge.
Revenge!
Spring Stampede. And Dogface is ready, which sounds like a slur, but it is not. It's actually, that's Rick Steiner.
That is Ricky Rick. Yeah. We get the next match. High Voltage, which is Chaos and...
Rage
versus Public Enemy, which is Grunge and Rock.
That's weird that in this match it has that... Where they have their team name and then individual names that they have on the back of their clothes.
Yeah, they're all on the back. Well, there's a lot of tag teams that have that. I wish the WWE tag teams or WWF tag teams had that. It'd be great.
Oh.
There was another team that had that. The French Canadians, don't they have it?
Maybe.
Anyway.
I haven't noticed.
Yeah. Sorry, I only look at High Voltage's ass. Not the French Canadians. But
big boys.
We get, I believe it's Rock and Rage starting off. It's not really too much to say. I'm not the biggest fan of Public Enemy. I think they're overhyped because they're the dose of hardcore in WCW. And I kind of don't feel like hardcore was the direction just yet, or at least the direction that they were trying to go. Alright, next up we have Hugh Marius versus Chris Benoit.
Get it?
They fight each other.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen this match at least 2 times.
Many moons ago.
And it could have been him versus Conan.
Or a tag, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know I've seen this dance before.
Yeah. Is that a bad thing?
No, but... Because I like Chris Benoit a lot. But, maybe it'd be nice to not have to fight the same people.
They're a larger company. You'd think they'd have more jobbers, but I think it comes with a point. So we get, it's your typical start-off match with Chris Benoit. He's very high-paced. You have to match his pace at the beginning because he's always sprinting. But when we start to get to the meat of the potatoes here is when Chris Benoit hits a suplex on a Hugh Morris, just stunning the man. And then comes up to jump off the top rope, probably doing flying headbutt. Yeah. Something to that effect. He gets pushed by Conan at that point, and I guess is just so wounded from falling off. It allows Hugh Morris to double up with No Laughing Matter. Backflips on him, gets the 3 count at that point. And then we get... I switched between calling him Kevin Sullivan and Taskmaster because I couldn't remember his name. But yeah, Kevin Sullivan, Hugh Morris, and Conan are all beating on Sea Breezy here, stomping on him and destroying him. Crowd starts cheering, so you're thinking, all right, we're getting the 4 horsemen out of here. No, Demon Link, hey, I respect this guy, get out of here. Comes in, slides in, and he's like, no, I want to...
They hinted that they didn't know if he was there to help him or hurt him. But then it doesn't matter because the other guys beat him up anyway.
Hold up! I'm trying to fuck him up too. Like, so yeah, he comes out. He doesn't even stand. He gets stomped immediately, and he's just like, I'm done, laid out. But
my hero,
the savior of all wrestlers who are downtrodden and who need that shining light. It comes in the form of his hair. I swear to God.
Ric Flair.
Good old Ric Flair. Woos his way down. It's just I don't know about you. I didn't see him running. I saw him levitating. Just right to the ring, throws off his jacket, does a little bit of a strut, comes in there, starts hitting people with a couple jabs, because he's injured and he's also old. Can't lift out these people. So do what you can. Starts knocking them out. Some people missing a couple punches. I'm looking at the manager, whose name escapes me. But yeah, whatever.
Jimmy Hart,
yeah. It's just like, he goes like this. He hits him with the punch here. Ooh! Come on, Jimmy. Come on, follow through, dude.
Yeah, he saves the day. And then we get a stare down with Chris Benoit and...
Oh yeah, because they bump into each other like it's a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? We're working the same case.
But the announcer's asking an important question. Where were Mongo and Jeff Jarrett?
And Deborah, I think? Or just them two?
Well, I guess Deborah, but I don't know if Deborah's going to be knocking anybody out. She's just a knockout.
They were having a Devil's Three-Way.
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, that answers that.
Not for kids. So, jump over to our next match. We get Facas.
Oh, you know how I said earlier...
What?
That La Parka and Hoovy was the best match? It actually wasn't. It was this match.
Really?
Yeah.
So we get Facas of Fare and Harlem Heat. Fear and Harlem Heat.
This match was so good.
Interesting match. We got Booker T, a Barbarian, coming out, starting the match off. It's what you expect pretty much at this point from like Harlem Heat and Fists of Fear. Like Fists of Fear is really big on showing like feats of strength. So you're seeing a lot of that, but you're also seeing, especially with Booker T, a lot of athleticism. He's jumping around a lot. He knows how to get the crowd pumped up, and he can also sell really well to the point where he gets dropped on the ropes, and then he comes up.
Dude,
like,
that facial.
That's his look, though.
That's the look,
He always does that like, dude, this fucking hurts.
I don't believe this.
They call in Stevie, and it seems like there's Goldberg chants.
I swear it sounded like they were chanting Goldberg.
Yeah, it hasn't debuted yet. I think he's in development already.
It's possible. We didn't go back and look.
Yeah.
But it's possible they were chanting Booker, but Booker was not in the ring. Maybe they wanted him. Maybe they wanted him back in the ring.
Yeah.
But they were chanting.
They're like, Stevie can't wrestle. Stevie can't wrestle.
Something like that.
Yeah, something to that effect. Stevie does get beat in a corner. Very appropriate from what we just said. And then they bring back in Booker T. And he seems to crotch himself.
With a kick.
With the kick. And that spot happened at Uncensored against Public Enemy. So I'm just like, is this going to be a trend?
It's a high-risk move.
High-risk move. So, yeah, high risk, high kick. Right in the balls, high voice. So he does it. Can you dig it? Sucker! So he gets crotched and then literally tackled by, I think it was Meng tackled him or clotheslined him. I was like, God damn! Laying them out, man.
They get him in the ring and they do that double headbutt move, which is pretty nasty.
Yeah, because Samoans have really strong heads.
I wish... No, never mind.
Okay. Even you have limits, that's good.
Double murder suicide. He does kick out of it though, and Barbarian hits a really nasty sidewalk slam on him. Mm-hmm. And for the match doesn't go on too much longer, but for the rest of it, he's like basically just jumping in and knocking people trying to cover Ming.
Yeah.
And that's where my notes ended. You will have to take it from here.
Yeah. So towards the end, Booker T gets pretty much Irish whipped into the turnbuckle. Sherry's actually on that side, on the outside of the ring, standing up. And then when he gets Irish whipped into it, she pushes him out of the way. I don't know what her intentions were at that point. Whatever. And then I believe Meng is running straight at him and hits her instead. So she gets knocked back at that point. Gets hit by Meng. And then Booker T hits the roll up for a 3 count. Strongest move in all of wrestling. And then that's kind of that. And honestly, I don't know what Sherry was doing, but when she was leaving the ring, it looked like she was high as shit. And she says, and if I could be in her like perspective I would just love to see where her eyes are going.
She's like, what if we're the zoo?
We're dancing for them. So yeah, she's pretty messed up, but they get the win. And they want the gold, though, sucker. So we'll get there. We get a little promo, Chris Benoit and Ric Flair.
Chris Benoit accuses Kevin Sullivan of attacking Arn Anderson. Chris Benoit is, oh my god, he's so like dead serious about it. And then it like camera just pans to Ric Flair who's smiling like a retard. And it's just like Flair being Flair. He's going, woo, mean, woo, Jade. Just completely disregarding Chris Benoit to his right.
He's like, you might have severely injured my friend.
Yeah.
And then,
so yes, that's true.
woo!
But also, Rowdy Piper,
He's a bitch.
Yeah. You keep saying you gotta run home to your wives and your kids. You can't be out there. You gotta be a horseman like me. Partying out here with all these people.
Yeah, he goes, some people got 4 wives, some people got 4 kids. Something like that.
Some people got more wives than kids. Some people got more kids than wives.
There it is. Yeah, that's what.
Like they're two completely disparate promos.
Dude, he is just shooting from the hip. Everything that he says. You understand why he's been in the business as long as he has.
He's awesome.
Because he couldn't work anywhere else. Can you imagine him like project management?
Yeah.
Woo! We missed our deadline, folks.
Let me tell you about those deadlines.
Right?
You gotta hit them or you gotta quit them.
You're fired.
You're on fire. He's awesome.
Oh, man.
Whoa, what a weird match. It's
this one?
a women's match. Can you believe it? They let these women wrestle.
Wow, shut up.
Malia Hosaka versus... What? Malia Hosaka versus Medusa. Medusa. Get the USA chants early.
Gotta get those out.
This is the first women's match we've seen in a minute, right?
In a hot minute, which is saying something, and it's very unfortunate. And I think they actually wrestled each other the last time we actually watched this. Now
These two?
These two.
Oh, shit.
Let me actually go back and see if I can find it. Nope, we're unsold out. Never mind.
I noticed that they couldn't quite do all the moves correctly.
They were out of sync, man. They were out of sync, and that really is really sad to hear when you realize that Leah came from All Japan.
Yeah.
And Medusa came from WWF.
Well, All Japan wasn't always the big
thing,
amazing thing that it is now.
That's why New Japan developed, which is different. But
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's just more of like, I don't know, man. You expect a little bit more, and it sounded like it looked like Malia just came from. It's her first week. She's
just hopped off the plane. Maybe she had jet lag or something.
I don't know. Whatever it was, didn't really work out too good. But we get a really nice spot with a German suplex for Medusa. She tossed Hosaka like crazy, tossed her to the point where when she was like this, she's all the way up and she's getting ready to have her hit the ground. She had to tiptoe back some more because of how far she swung her. Like if she didn't, she would have like brought her in and like crunched her. So she's like, ow, ow, ow. And then she gets a 3 count off the bridge.
That was a hell of a German.
Yeah, and yeah, good form otherwise. But this is my worst match of the night.
That's what you put?
So, yep. I don't know what to say. I can't believe I'm saying that. Even the Public Enemy thing wasn't as bad as that one. They were out of sync. It was shit.
That was a bad match.
It doesn't make sense. There's no story. There's nothing attached to it. So we get Renegade versus Jim Duggan.
Yeah. This is a weird one. It's kind of interesting, I guess.
Yeah, it starts off with Jim Duggan's like, respect you, Booker man. He shakes
the Renegade's gonna be a good guy.
Yeah, so he's like, you know what? This shit I got in my pants, I was gonna wrap it, but now I'm gonna toss it. He's talking about the condoms. So then they begin their match, and
Renegade decides to be a heel instead. And Hacksaw's like, you gonna do that, really? And then...
Because he was about to ball up.
Then he reaches into his pants, we're like, wait, or his tights. We're like, Hacksaw, you threw your tape away, you don't have it no more. No, he's got another set of tape.
You can't pull your dick out here, Hacksaw.
Put your dick away. You can't pull it out here. But no, he had another set of tape in there, which makes you wonder what's in that. It's like magical trunks.
He's probably got like 4 others, just in case like one swings out.
He puts them all where his junk is supposed to be, so he looks impressive.
No, it's like it's like kebab. He's always hard, so it works out.
I guess it could be that too.
Either way, he punches Renegade with dick tape and wins. He's dictating the match. Yeah, copyright.
Excellent.
Then we get the amazing French Canadians versus the Steiners.
Sick. Steiner's, I wrote here, Scott is big.
He's always big.
He keeps getting bigger and bigger, this boy. He's eating.
HGH. That's what he's eating. Yeah, interesting.
I noticed that when Scott did some move, I can't remember, but he was on the ground. Or maybe they did a move to him, I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But one of the French Canadians, I don't know their names, and I'm not going to figure that out.
There's eye patch and no eye patch.
I think it was eye patch. His heel bounced on Scott's face on accident.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he hit him with a leg drop or something?
It would have been a leg drop, and then he moved slightly.
Oh, no. It was the heel thing, because he brought his heel up.
Yeah.
So he hit him with it, and then you said, you were like, oh, his heel hit him.
Yeah, his heel hit him in the face. Which
yeah.
Whatever.
What the fuck?
I think they just moved on. That's good.
Yeah.
Colonel Parker hits Scott from behind. Scott has to run out and beat him up. And then they do the French Canadians double team on Rick, and they're worried about Rick because of his ear. He got a little beat down from the NWO, and his equilibrium is off.
Must be the lithium. I ain't gotta buy any drugs, man. People give me them.
And they do a good double team on him, but Scott's got the ref distracted. So then the French Canadians try to hit, I think it was Scott or Rick, I don't care, with a boot. And which I didn't know what it was at first.
I thought it was something like a bell or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would have hurt.
And he ran and tried to hit him, but they ducked, and then he hit his partner, and the Steiners pinned him for the win. It turns out it was just a boot, like a leather boot.
The worst part about it is I think it was the flappy part of it, because it's a high boot.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the.
They had to like whip it.
Yeah. And it's like, oh man, the back of my head, you whipped me.
Like these guys are doing pile drivers and suplexes, and this guy hits him with a leather boot.
It was dumb, but I think they just needed to book a match, and it was depressing. So we get over to our
main event.
I wouldn't call it that. Bullshit.
This is here as a main event.
There's less than 9 minutes left in the show, and you're like, you already know this is not gonna be a good match.
We got Macho Man versus Prince Iaukea for the TV championship. Funny little moment. Nash just walks right in there and says, "Right back at you, HBK."
Yeah.
But you gotta wonder what happened there. He always does stuff for his own enjoyment, so I have no idea what it is.
I have no idea either.
But that was cool.
Either way.
Prince starts strong. He looks good. Doesn't mean it's gonna...
He's doing a lot of, like, these.
Yeah.
It's like when he's, like, powering up. Like, let me hit you with my charge attack. You know, like his fucking guile.
He gets...
Sonic boom, bitch.
He got a main event spot on WCW Nitro, the #1 wrestling show on TV. Good for him, man. He's going for it. I applaud it. It's not my style, but I applaud it.
I would not take that as a compliment.
Unfortunately, it ends really, really quickly. Macho Man hits the elbow, but doesn't do the pin. And then DDP interferes.
Can I just say something beforehand? Did you think Macho Man was wrestling like Hogan? Like when he's like getting out of the ring and like how he was behaving? Do you think it was very Hogan-like? Because that's his thing.
It's pretty heel Hogan.
It's
like
heel,
like
but...
jerk.
Yeah, like he's like, I'm scummy. And I was like, all I kept thinking was, you're living in Hogan's shadow because you're doing the same shit he's doing. Is the way I took it.
Could be it, but he's the #1 guy. Paid the most.
Him?
Hogan.
Oh, Hogan. I was like, Macho?
If you're gonna emulate a guy, I guess that would be the one.
But he just wouldn't emulate him. Be a man, Hogan.
I don't know.
Whatever. I don't either.
They're all on testosterone. They don't know what they're talking about.
They'll wrestle at the big squared circle in the sky. Well, when he dies. Hogan. When. So, anyway, yeah, he picks him up. Iaukea gets pinned for 2, and then he picks him up like, I'm not done with him yet. And then the fucking dumbest thing happens. Because people can't control their emotions, DDP has to run to the ring now. Because is that Macho Man you said? With all of the people except for Scott Steiner, or Scott Hall, out there right now? Let me fight him. understand, this is a guy 2 months ago that was booking it when it was just Scott and Kevin into the crowd. But now he's coming out of the crowd when there's more of them.
But he's got more emotions.
It's all bullshit.
A little more personal now.
I don't care if it's your wife, dude. You gotta be smart. You're a dumbass. I don't like this about DDP. Coming to stage like that. He needs to form his own clique already.
They both get beaten down. And Eric even gets a little kick in on DDP. And then they spray paint their backs.
And then we're out of time, you guys.
That's the end of Nitro.
And that's it. But let me tell you about something else. Raw! In Rockford, Illinois, because I forgot the location in what's called in Nitro. Rockford, Illinois, March 24th, obviously. Starting the night off right. Good old-fashioned headbangers and some Owen Hart and British Bulldog drama. Ooh. This is the news.
A really cool thing about this match was you get a lot of cool tag team moves.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these times you don't really see tag team moves so much. Like the Steiners weren't really doing much with that. Like they might have one move or something that they do as a tag team.
Yeah, Harlem Heat had that. What's
the Harlem Hangover?
No, that's not the Harlem Hangover. Harlem Hangover is the front flip.
But they like help each other with it sometimes.
Yeah, but that's not the Harlem Hangover. But they have that, which is like whatever. I could have sworn they had another move, but with like this, yeah, you're right.
But these guys really like zoom in, almost like a Marvel versus Capcom kind of thing. It's like I'm going in for a second.
Let's work together. I'll use my plans. Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. LOD will face the winners of this match.
Yes.
And then they. Oh yeah, this is the crazy promo.
Yeah, so I guess Hawk is coming on and he's
a real scientist, that guy.
Yeah, he's just talking about how he's like gonna, beat everybody up, and then Animal, what did you think? You hear a squeak because he's trying to get his voice right, I guess. And he's talking to Vince. They're both talking to Vince through the Titantron.
Yeah, through the technology.
And then he's like, we told you to bring everything in the kitchen sink, and we did. I think he slips up and he's like, one thing though, no more stainless steel. We're not going to have stainless steel anymore. I don't like stainless steel. And he's like, okay, all right, we'll do. Thank you. Thank you.
He also says, medulla oblongata. If you take that out, it's a brainstem. You take it out,
you can't move.
You can't move anymore.
Motor functions are gone.
Oh.
This is great. I love it.
He's a surgeon.
But he's a surgeon, but he's also very polite.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You don't see the wrestlers do that very often.
Wrestlers do that.
Where's the manners in wrestling?
I can't imagine how many times throughout Vince's life where he's just gone like what the fuck? That's definitely one of those moments. It's hilarious. I love it.
Owen does a little bit of showboating in here, and British Bulldog accidentally knocks him off the apron.
Yeah. Goes for the ropes. Bang, heads hit.
Owen Hart leaves, but then comes back.
After the commercial break.
Owen Hart's missing tags, probably on purpose, is what it looks like. It's like, whoops, I didn't see you there. Yeah, they just have a couple mean tags back and forth, like, you get in the ring now, you get in the ring. And they push the ref for the DQ, and then get in a big fight. Yeah,
British Bulldog pushes him. Keep that in mind. Because he's the baby face in this conflict, but he's the one that pushed the ref. They get the DQ as a result, and then you start hearing Owen Hart sucks chants when they start getting into it with each other.
Yeah.
Tons of, was it refs or was it just security? Come to the
I think it was refs.
They come to the stage, split them up. Somebody get this man a mic. So give me that fucking mic. Later, Owen Hart is like, I'm better than you. Best there was, best there is, best there ever will be. If you're a man, you're gonna fight me for that belt. And then Bulldog's like, yeah. So they,
in so many words.
Yeah, in so many words. But we're bridging it. Yes, I will. And yes, you have your chance. And that's it.
So we're gonna finally see them go, but they still have the tag team championships, which is awkward.
Fucking weird.
We got a Mankind promo that I don't think either of us really listened to
or cared about.
Next up, Bart Gunn versus Triple H. Bret Hart promos Bret Hart
before Triple H comes out.
Yeah, just did like a really quick promo, like, I can do my promo, right? He said, yeah. He's like, okay, you better give me time. It's like, we will, it's slotted. Okay.
Can he come out to the stage first? Thank you. All right. I'm dead, but hey.
Bart was pretty impressive in this match. Had some cool displays of strength. Able to do the whole military press.
Yeah.
Able to do the stalling suplex.
With the he did the
with the most ginger toss ever.
Take this.
There you go. It's like a cloud.
There you go. Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, Trips.
I'll get the lights.
I love this. Goldust has a little promo with an empty Marlena chair. It's like, there's no more words. You've silenced the lamb. And there will be no more sequels.
Now
He's gonna have one more fight with Triple H.
Now I'll have fava beans with Chianti. But just as Bart Gunn is getting that momentum going, he's getting sabotaged by Chyna, who pulls the top rope as he's going for it, flips over the side, just like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, just side flips on out of there.
Yeah.
And then scoop slams him, I think.
Scoop slams him, throws him into the turnbuckle.
He literally gets up, he gets up pretty
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes,
like, I don't believe this shit.
He's like, I'm gonna keep going. And then she grabs him and throws him into the turnbuckle at that point. And then he's like, oh my god, turnbuckle. Comes back down, gets picked up by Triple H, and he's back in. And then Chyna the entire time. I feel, and I mentioned this, like this is just complete, hey, Jacqueline did it, we could do it too, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, Trips hits the pedigree. That's it. There's a Bart scream in there that you need to hear. Happens.
Yeah, when he's getting his momentum. He put Brock Lesnar to shame.
Here's my worst match of the night.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let you do the names.
Are we doing worst match per promo or per production? I thought it was.
No, I do it per night.
Oh. You might. Let's talk about it. So.
You give me the. I know Venom, Supernova, and Discovery is the second team that showed up.
Yeah. Then there's Abysma, Negro.
Should be called Abysmol.
El Mosco. And then Hysteria. Let's preface something before we go into this. We're not really too familiar with a lot of these guys.
Nor will we be.
Well, if they continue wrestling, we'll have to get better at it. But with luchadors, oftentimes there's, outside of the general setup of like your mask, a lot of this other stuff will change. It's very hard to keep track. That being said, we rely on the announcers to help us to get these guys. They didn't tell us who fucking Supernova was until the end of the match. I had no fucking clue up until then. And then apparently one of the teams, doesn't say who specifically, is known as the Space Rangers or some shit. You're luchadors.
Yeah.
Come back down to Earth. But it was really hard to really differentiate them, so apologies in advance. But to start it off, Bret Hart again.
Bret Hart, yeah.
Where's my time?
Where's my time? He's like, you're gonna get it. And then he says, shut up, Lawler, because Lawler says...
Lawler's like, why don't you come out of the stage and start whining here? He's like, shut up, Lawler. Good stuff overall.
This match, there were some okay spots.
Yeah,
and then some not good spots.
Yeah.
It was very like a mixed bag, and I couldn't tell if one person was good and one person was bad. I couldn't keep up. It was just a lot of bad and a lot of good.
A lot of bad!
And I couldn't, so to me, it's just really not good.
Yeah, we end up with, again, apologies. Supernova goes for the Hurricane Rana pin, which is botched, and then finally gets the legs for a 3 count on, I believe it's El Mosco.
Rey Mysterio's turning in his grave.
Yeah, he's still alive. oh, senior.
Oh, no, I meant Rey Mysterio Jr.
Still alive.
I just like to think that he sleeps in graves.
Right? I'm a real Undertaker. No, he does Hurricane Ranas in his grave.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And Frankensteiners. Yeah, but that's that.
We get little... I think we don't have time. We get a little Rocky Maivia and Rocky Johnson promo.
Yeah.
Rocky Johnson promises he will never interfere again in a Rocky match.
I don't think he does.
Probably not.
Yeah, because at the start of his career, he was usually at the matches that he was at, just to sort of cheer him on, but also to be there. He wasn't in Florida all the time. He's a liar.
And now Honky Tonk Man is here. Yay!
Said no one. Alright, next match we get Flash Funk, got the stuff, versus Brooklyn Brawler.
Looks like a dirty old man.
Yeah, he's a hobo. They picked up off the streets. Now you, he's like, I just want some food. No, listen to me. You're the Brooklyn Brawler. You could fight. You could take these boys out. I'm not even from Brooklyn, man.
Gonna be a contender.
I'm from Seattle, but they shipped me to Indianapolis.
I'm tired.
They got me out of the street. Not much to say about this match.
I felt bad for Flash here.
Yeah.
I've seen Flash do very, very well and do some amazing things. And I don't think the Brooklyn Brawler was the right opponent for Flash. He just wasn't like a heavier set kind of guy.
I think he's stiff.
A little stiff, like a brawler. He's not, I mean, clearly he's a brawler. He's in his fucking name. But he's just not like nimble. So he's not going to work with you to make those moves work.
Yeah. So he's pretty much like, just lay down. I'm going to keep flipping on you.
Yeah, just going to do flips and you just go, ah. And the only good move was the 450 splash.
Yeah.
That he was able to do, which looked beautiful.
It was very smooth.
But it didn't require him to do anything.
Nope. Stand there, take this. I will land perfectly so long as you do not move.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking move. So he gets the victory after that Flash Funk over Brooklyn Brawler. We go over to our next promo. We got Ken Shamrock.
Still got to work on those promos.
But he's not terrible.
But I think it's understood that he's not like, or at least yet, he's not like a wrestler guy. He's just a normal guy, like an MMA guy. Just they ask him questions, so it kind of works that he doesn't, speak in a way that's super smooth or anything.
Well, he never starts a promo off with, "Well, let me tell you something."
You know something?
Yeah. Or mean G.
Oh, I like that though.
Oh well, he's still buying time.
Yeah, he is.
Those are filler words. Someone's name. Is that worthless?
But Ken Shamrock stopped the fight. He did not hear I quit, but he did stop the fight because and he reiterated this, I think, at least 3 times, that Stone Cold was not in a position to protect his health. So
I was protecting him.
He was protecting him.
I am the captain.
And I think there's no quit in Austin.
Yeah.
He respects the man.
I think he's a tough guy. So that happens. We get over to Bret Hart. Oh God. Who finally comes out. He's got his freaking box of Kleenex right there on one of the turnbuckles. Let's get this started. First off.
Alright, so we have different opinions on this part. I understand why you would think this is boring and slow. And I agree conceptually that why would you just recap the last 5 months?
Well, you said it yourself. You don't think he's a good talker too? They gave him arguably the longest time.
I don't, but I think the subject matter is interesting. And it pretty much defines his character going forward.
Alright.
I get, why would you kind of just describe exactly what happened the last 5-6 months? Just in very minute detail. At Survivor Series, I beat Stone Cold, and he talks kind of slow. Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
With a sharpshooter. That day.
Yeah. At 3 o'clock. In the afternoon.
Central Time.
Yeah. I get that, yeah. But I think it's interesting to hear his thought, his perspective on it.
on gay magazines.
That earns the different time badge. We've been looking for it.
Thank you.
He says that I don't think it was because he talks about Shawn Michaels posing in a girly magazine. He's like, I don't even think it was a girly magazine. I think it was a gay magazine.
And then the crowd goes, yeah, gay!
Yeah. Different times.
Different times.
Yeah. That's when being gay was a bad guy thing. You're a bad person because you're gay.
It's like, you're gay, you must be from Canada.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
He says that he should have quit when he said he was going to quit. And then Americans can kiss my ass. He took a long time to get to that part, which is really the important part.
Damn.
But the Americans can kiss my ass.
And you know who can't stand that? Good old Etchbaka. who comes out and goes, "Wait a minute! You could talk all you want about, me. You can talk all about how you think about me and blah blah blah. But don't you ever say that about America."
Yeah.
What the fuck ever? You're the last guy I think about when I think of America.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Remember the end of WCW Nitro? Nash says, "Right back at you, HBK."
Yeah.
Wonder if he's talking about something in here.
No, that's what I was listening for. I couldn't find anything.
He says, "America, love it or leave it." Maybe he's just being a patriot, bet Nash.
Yeah, he's been a patriot.
I don't know.
Nash?
Yeah.
Why? It wasn't directed at him.
Yeah, but he's just saying, all Nash said that I could gather.
It's right back at you.
Right back at you. So maybe he doesn't, he's just agreeing with him, saying this. I don't know.
I don't know what kind of fucking drugs he was on. Maybe we can Google it and try and figure out what they actually meant. But as of right now, these two people are having a different conversation.
Yeah.
They're not in the same room and they're not in the same city, or the same fucking state. So it is what it is.
He says people have the right to choose to cheer or boo anyone that they want.
Maybe that was it.
Could be it. Brett gets pretty mad, and Sean then accuses Brett of being gay, saying, "Why did you know I was in those magazines?"
It's the equivalent of...
No, you're gay.
Yeah, no, you. I know you are, but what am I?
And Brett obviously got very incensed by this and kicked Shawn Michaels' knees out.
You know what? You know why? He has his back turned. He's like, "What? Canadians aren't gay?
Yeah, we can't be gay.
We made poutine."
Yeah. Gay about poutine.
Yeah, the only thing I'm gay about is Jesus Christ and poutine. and hockey.
So yeah, he kicks out the legs of Shawn Michaels and puts him in the figure 4 on the ring.
The turnbuckle.
The turnbuckle, which they desperately try to get him out of, and only get him off when Psycho Sid shows up and chases him off.
Yeah, not on behalf of HBK. He's just like, "All right, we're gonna fight now."
He's obviously mad about the WrestleMania match where he pretty much cost him the champion. Well, not pretty much, cost him the championship.
Yeah.
Interfered like 3 times.
Dude, like, get the fuck away. It's like that little kid or your little brother that just keeps showing up. I was a little brother. But keeps showing up when the fucking adults are doing some shit. What are you guys doing? Fuck off, Steve.
You got some repressed memories?
It's nothing. No.
Want to talk about him?
I don't know Steve or Brandon. Anyway, we go over to our next match, which is fucking stupid. Because it starts off with Rocky versus Leif Cassidy. Leif Cassidy's already in there. Rock is making his way to the stage. Baby facing it up down the line. And then we'll be right back. Then the match comes back on. Rock is outside of the ring on the post just like that. And then Leif Cassidy they switch sides. And Leif Cassidy is like, "All right, I'm going to run after this guy now." I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? The entire setup for that was just so goddamn confusing.
And then Bret Hart shows up, as he's wont to do.
Yeah, let's wait, because that's going to be a trend, so get used to that.
Yeah.
Bret shows up, gets on commentary, tells Vince to open his eyes. It's like, "I opened my eyes, maybe you should open yours. I'm sorry."
I'm sorry about that. Rocky wins pretty quickly with a crossbody. An awesome crossbody. That guy has freaking hops.
Fucking those things must be made by Jordans. His boots.
And then Brett runs in there and knocks out his leg and does like the jump thing on it, and
yeah,
hurts him.
Taint to ankle, tankle attack. Yeah.
And Brett leaves, flips off a kid on his way out.
Oh, and it was funny as Leif Cassidy when he's coming out, gives him a thumbs up. He's like, "Thumbs up," and then
As
like
if
Brett doesn't respond. Whatever.
Go
As
away.
if he's like, "Yeah, I'm glad you were looking out for me."
Yeah, it's like,
bitch, no one cares about
wait
it.
until after the match was over.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Motherfucker. Either way, that happens. And then we get our next match, which I don't even know why is a match. Ahmed versus Savio Vega.
Yeah, I mean, they already beat him quite handily at WrestleMania 3 versus 3.
Yes, they weren't even worn out. In fact, all of the spots went to the Nation of Domination getting whooped.
Yeah.
So
he does some cool stuff to Savio. The standing suplex is always impressive.
Yeah.
Did a front flip off the turnbuckle. Why did I write here? Exclamation mark. Did he do a scream? Yeah, he did.
What?
He's going like,
Yeah. When they both end up on the ground, face down, he just goes, ah!
Yeah.
I don't know why. What was the move before that, though?
I don't remember. And they did a rock bottom.
A really stupid rock bottom. Like, Savio did not jump. Or if he did, he jumped at the wrong time. Like, he pretty much had to carry him. It was a Rikishi rock bottom. It was bullshit.
But they pull him out. The Nation of Domination. So Ahmed threatens... Okay. Threatens all of them with a 2x4 because they're around the ring, whatever.
Yeah.
And then makes a deal with them. He says, if I beat one of you...
All y'all gotta leave.
All you guys have to leave. How is that? He's easily beaten one of them. All the time.
I think he's beaten all of them.
Yeah. So couldn't he just... I think... That doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
it's like having a gun. I'll make a deal with you. If I shoot you, you gotta leave me alone.
Yeah.
What did I do if I win? I haven't got that far.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give them a stipulation.
Yeah, there's no deal on that side of it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He tripped over his words.
And then finally we get the last segment. I guess that was the main event, but we get the last segment of the show, which is an interview with The Undertaker. He is our knight. The dark ages of the WWF have begun, which ratings-wise, I feel like they've started a long time ago, and they're still going on.
They're already there.
He thanks Sid for the match and says, whenever you're up again, you'll get your match. And then we get a very confusing promo from Paul Bearer. And he keeps trying to talk, but Mankind will talk over him every time.
Like, oops, sorry, you go ahead. It's like that awkward, hey, how? Oh, you go ahead. Oh,
yeah, he kept looking like, are we going to do this? And then,
shut up! But it literally cuts out. Oh, God. It cuts out mid-promo. We're out of time is all you hear, and then it's over. Whew. So who won?
I would say Nitro.
Nitro. Because I said immediately after Nitro, I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is, but WWF won. Right? Because I did not like that Nitro episode. We get over to WWF. Y'all, I handed you the ball and you dropped it. Like the Headbangers thing, that was okay. The Bart Gunn versus Triple H, that was actually partly funny, actually. With the China stuff. I was laughing anyway. Because he's like, he's not going to hit a girl. While he's looking at her, he's just like, oh, fuck. And then the Luchador whack, Rocky Johnson was cool. Flash Funk, it got stiffed. And then the promo was too long. I was falling asleep. And then Rocky, Leaf Cassidy, and the Young Men and Savio Vega just seemed like pointless matches. Yeah. I'm very interested in the Bret Hart stuff. That's kind of what carried that, but the promo was not great. Where WCW had the... I like where they're going with the DDP. You didn't like, apparently, the DDP stuff. I liked it. I thought it made sense. I didn't like it because it has to make sense from a...
I expect the wrestlers to do stupid things, even if it doesn't... It's like, why would you go against, like, 50 people? It's like, well... He's a baby face with a lot of heat, so he wants to do it.
Yeah, but like when everything that they do is stupid, you have to be able to separate it from things that they do that are smart. When's the last time a wrestler did a smart move on WCW? They're all fucking dumb and emotional.
That's what makes it interesting.
At least DDP wasn't doing that. When does Money in the Bank start? Why can't we get Money in the Bank for WCW? Because then people can look like opportunists and actually look like they're being smart about shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I see I get that, but I enjoy it. I'm excited for that promo, or that feud, I should say. I love Ric Flair. Anytime he's talking, I'm listening. And I really, really like that Harlem Heat match. So, yeah, I would give it to Nitro.
Yeah. Worst match, Hosaka, Medusa. Best match, La Parka and Juventud.
That's what you picked as your best?
Yeah. That one was fun.
That's my runner-up. I'm Spencer.
I'm JD.
And this is The Heel Turn. See you next time.
Or see you sooner than that.
See you next time.